and Spirits review. Tonight reviewing, nearly picked the wrong one up then, Radiant Fog, a Lychee Session IPA. Not that I know what a Lychee is. I'll always be honest. If I ain't got a clue, I ain't got a clue. So it says in the writing, doesn't really tell you anything much at all, to be fair. Yeah, 4.5%. That's about as far as we're getting. Yeah, not very informative, these cans, I must admit. There's some. Good evening. So, pour this one out. It's going to be a massive headed thing. What's your mouth soldering? Big can. Good evening. Again. So yeah. It was Phantasma, a gluten-free IPA. Or I think it was anyway. That was the first can. Yeah, gluten-free IPA. 6.5%. Nice strength. And a crap pour again. There we go. Radiant Fog. So, again, a funny looking colour. Yeah, I didn't really rate the gluten-free one. It was a bit not my cup of tea. The head's starting to go down quite nicely. Hazy again. I'd call it hazy golden. You enjoyed this one, oh thank God. I'm not sure what I'm getting on the nose. Like a tropical on the nose, but this blue nose still going at it. I can see his little red live thing going. Although he was late tonight, bless him. And he's doing 4 beers, I think. You gotta get him in, haven't you? I have no idea. Good evening again. I presume it may have been Asda or Morrison's at one time. But yeah, I have no idea. It's been a while since I've had a Magic Rock. I had about 8 of them at one stage on the beer wall. Loads of them. Might have been Morrison's. This was M&S. Probably M&S then, yeah. Yeah, so a very subtle tropical nose. Very subtle. Let's dive into the taste. Nice and bitey on the taste. Doesn't taste too thin either. The mouthfeel, it's not too thin. Someone's told me that Waitrose they're doing a bit of a range update as well. Can't keep up with it, aren't they? Right, yeah, because it is subtle, and I do mean subtle. I think it's going to, to me, it's going to be one of them. It's just a nice sessionable beer. So to be honest, it's 4.5%. If you know what lychees are, you're onto a winner straight away. And although I suppose I should have looked, but it's not something I've ever had. So not that I can remember, at least. I do drink some alcohol free. Yeah, mainly at work. Like coffee. Nice bitey taste to it as it's going down. Like I say, subtle flavours, really subtle, easy going. Yes, I think supermarkets now have realised that they need to up their game, don't they? not only are pubs open, but all you see, this has been a game changer, because now pubs are open again, but all the breweries now, a massive majority of the breweries, are doing national deliveries. They have. And now they've got to try and match what's happening. If I was in the supermarket trade, I would be looking at the craft beer section, putting fridges in, putting the beers into fridges, all the craft stuff, having it in fridges. Yeah. And they shitted all over the breweries. They could have helped the breweries out big time. Are your pubs open or inside as well? So fucking drunk. Are the insides open in Scotland as well then? I missed that. Is that what the... I ain't got a clue what Lychee is. Good evening, Mr. Blue Nose. Have you finished your live? I had internet problems earlier on my bloody phone. I was watching it and YouTube just threw me off. And I've had problems earlier on the computer upstairs with YouTube just not working on the computer. Oh, working on beers, wines and spirits. It got me into beers, tell you. Just finished. Bless you. I'll be doing some homebrew videos this week. The Vimto wine, as soon as I find my chuffing hydrometer, the Vimto wine should be done. I tasted it yesterday and it tastes not too bad actually. Very boozy, sweet, boozy. I've just left it another day or two so I can find me hydrometer. And I might have a dicky fit in a bit and just lob all these boxes of my wife's so I can find it. Bloody cake stuff. She kicked all my stuff out of the dining room. Might have to in the end. Yeah. I had it in a glass on the top shelf. Before the bottles took over the top shelf, I had it in a glass up there. But then I moved it and then I can't find it now. I hope I haven't smashed it again. Let these things happen. But I do want to do it right this time whenever I brew something. A Blue Nose collab in your shed. Yeah. Plenty of room in the shed. No more beer halls. No, I've got no more money. No. Probably Lidl. I do want to get some from Lord's Brewing. Their YouTube thing. That's a point. Yeah. I might have to check the buckets out. Well played. It's always the place where you don't expect it to be, isn't it? I've got 4 full-size fermenting buckets, and I've also got a dinky one somewhere. Here's my dinky one. That's me 6-bottle one, and I got it from Bigger Jugs. Nothing wrong with Bigger Jugs. Always chuckles me when you go to Drayton Manor theme park and there she is with the jugs, big jugs or Bigger Jugs. Yeah, it does make you chuckle. Come on, go on that ride. Feeling okay? Come off it. Definitely. You use Bigger Jugs. Yeah, I need to have a sort out here. I've got about 70 plastic bottles as well, so I need to do some, like Harry's doing, Mr. Blue Nose. He's doing his blueberry juice wine. In a few, once the beer rush has calmed down at these bloody supermarkets, or I've just gave up on it, I'm going to go back into doing some more juice wines. Very much so. So yeah, subtle little fella. Should I go with your beer stash? The ice spindle hydrometer. I've got a Wilko's one. Only cost me £3. I find this gets at your teeth. And if there's a sweetness thing to it or what. But it's really not doing my teeth any good at all. I will be buying a pinter. That's my next the thing I am buying. £75. It's probably a little bit out of date. About a month out of date, I think. Hence why I'm drinking it. Oof. Yeah. Off to Wilko's for a beer kit. You can't fault it. Wilko's beer kits are cheap and cheerful. Them and the Simply beer kits, well worth trying. You know, if you want to go into homebrew, especially if you want to play with your, especially if you want to play with your kits and do something with them. If you're not going down the grain route, because the grain route's okay, but you need the equipment to do the grain route and with all your bloody temperatures and all that stuff. I mean, I've seen some kits on the internet, plum porter kits, but I don't have the ability to do that. You know, too much money involved. Now, I suppose once you've started to do that, having a little micro brewery, then it's all good. It's a good investment if you've got plenty of money to spare, buying all these grain masters and all this other stuff. £50 for an hydrometer. Jesus. I think I'll stick to the £3 job, eh? What does the calibration do on them? Tells you what the ABV is going to be at the end. It's got April's date on it, so it's only a month out of date. But it is out of date. Tilt hydrometers. Space is an issue. That's why I've got the beer room. In the house, the wife just moans like hell. I just... Live readings to your phone. Oh. God. You're at work and you think, oh yeah, baby, it's ready. A bog standard Woodford's ale. There's actually quite a few homebrewers in the room. Maybe adding hops about 4 or 5 days in, although we've got a head brewer in the room, he'll probably be able to say better than me. And we've got other brewers in the room as well. But yeah, maybe adding some hops to it. What's the Woodford's ale? Is it Wary? £110 back in 2016. £200 for a flipping hydrometer. I think I'll stick to just the chucking it in myself for £200. No, matey. I haven't made cider for years. I need to go back on the Magnum cider. That was strong. Yeah, so Wary is not bad, yeah. So standard Woodford's ale, not Nelson's by any chance. Now remember, with the vodka kit, you have to have, if you're gonna with the vodka kit, it makes vodka, but it only makes like anything from 15 to 20%. You then have to have an air still to make it to proper, you know, distilled spirit. I mean, I've used it before, and I've put that still spirits essences in the Wraggys Garga cider. Yeah, have a look, see what hops can give you different flavours. It might take a, you know, something, you probably have to go for something that English, so it doesn't. I mean, I've used it. It can be an acquired taste. This fermented spirit, because that's basically what it is. It has got a taste to it, but once you add it to like essences, it's not too bad. Or you can get someone to distill it for you, and even better. But yeah, as for hops, I'd look where you can get hops from, for starters. Hey, we've all fucked up. Cascade hops in the cider. Yeah, I mean, there's if you look on, if you Google on the internet, like what hops give what flavours, you might be able to add certain hops to give certain flavours to the beer. Just to, yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, most homebrew shops have extra hops. I mean, you could add cocoa, I suppose, or coffee, and you know, to give it more taste with like a coffee, depending on what it is in the first place. Like you wouldn't put bloody chocolate in an IPA, because that would be fucking awful. But I mean, a mate of mine with his with his lager, he did a Cerveza, and he put lime in, boiled lime. Yeah, all my brews will be in the shed soon, stinking the shed out, bubbling away. I'll be doing beer reviews, and all you'll hear is bubbling. Blub, 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 blub. It does you nutting after about 10 minutes. So, what could you imagine? So very bitey. And again, I'm not really keen on this. Flavour wise, it's just not interesting at all. So it's lychee. I mean, I get the hint of tropical stuff from it, but wow, 25 quid's worth of hops in a 30-litre brew. Jesus. That's a lot of hops, isn't it? In a brew. Thinking of beers as well, you know, if you can get Mangrove do like a it's a concentrate, and it adds flavour, and you put it in after the first fermentation. What you can also do with an ale is what I'm going to do. So I've got this pumpkin spice, and you could go to somewhere like B&M, and they'll have vanilla, chocolate, hazelnut. They have all different flavours. Moaning also do them, different flavours. And at the end of the first fermentation, you could add syrup and then bottle it, just to give different flavours. As long as it doesn't kill off your, you know, the actual flavour in the first place of the ale that, you know, that you've got. I suppose there's a thing about playing with varieties. Herbs, maybe, yeah. I mean, I find by chopping ginger root up and putting ginger root in is a good way of adding a good flavour. That's right, yeah. It's not putting too much in. You see, I did a strawberry stout, and I put 2 bloody litres. Well, no, 2 of these bottles rather, 750 mils. Yeah. So a litre and a half, and I put it in at the start of the brew instead of the end of the brew. So all the strawberry had already been fermented out. So I'd got some strawberry. Good evening, Roll on the weekend. Bless you. Good evening. Yeah, so you could have a ginger ale. That'd be nice. So bag of ginger from Asda, boil it, chop it up, boil it for about 10 minutes, add it to the brew at the beginning. Leave it in the brew, don't take the ginger out. Then when you come to siphon it, then pineapple and mango going in. Bless you. Good evening, Steve. No, that side's gone to sleep. So, Nuki Brown and Wilco's IPA. Yeah, it's good to get back on the I watched Harry the other day, Mr. Blue Nose, and I watched him in his kitchen. And would I put ginger in a cider? Yes. It would have to be an apple cider though. You wouldn't want to be putting ginger in a fruit cider. It would say taste awful. In a lemon cider, yeah, lemon and ginger. Wow. A Plato airlock. I haven't even got a clue what a Plato airlock is. But yeah, ginger in a cider, yes. I've had some ginger ciders and they were bang on. Stout. Krabby's brought out a few years ago, and I'm sure Harry was on about it earlier. They brought out a Krabby's stout. So that's a stout. I think it was one of the Sadler stouts with ginger added to the stout. Yeah, I've had a Brothers bought out. I thought it was Brothers. I'm sure Brothers did a ginger cider the other year, and it was amazing. I'm sure it was Brothers. Good evening, matey. How are you? Yeah, I'm sure it's Brothers who brought out a ginger cider. I'm sure I've reviewed it and all. Krabby Stout, it came and went. Yes. What I'll do I'm going to start brewing that barley wine, but I need to go and get some ginger root. I'll save you a little bottle of the. I'm doing a ginger barley wine because I can, and yeah, the Krabby's IPA as well was amazing, and that again was a Sadler's IPA. Yeah, sad that they got sad that they didn't carry it on. Krabby's can be buggers at times for stopping. They have a good idea, like a ginger stout, and they stop doing it. Can't understand it. Yeah, you won't see it in Home Bargains. It's all discontinued. Yeah, it's not there anymore. Salted caramel flavouring from Home Bargains. What's salted caramel into an IPA? A Wilco IPA? A salted caramel IPA? That's different. That is different. A salted caramel IPA. But it's good to play around, isn't it? You know, if you can afford to play around with kits and ingredients and see how you go, definitely. I don't like salted caramel, so it won't be for me. Yeah, salted caramel stout or porter, yeah. Not an IPA. Don't sound right to me. It's like someone bringing out a salted caramel lager. It'd be like, what's this shit? But, you know, there's been some weird flavours. Like Wraggys does. I'm only down here for an hour. Oh, ish. About an hour and a half. So, to end this review, hazy golden pour whitehead. It was a big whitehead at the beginning. This is Radiant Fog, a Lychee Session IPA. It is, admittedly, a month out of date. However, the flavour is so subtle. There's a hint of tropical on the nose, and to be honest, I've not enjoyed it all the way down. Don't get me wrong, it's not horrible tasting or anything. It's just a bit bland, in my opinion. Getting bollockings from the wife, eh? Hey, join the club. Yeah, well, 15 quid up your area. 12 quid down in Nottingham. For the basics ones, the core range, not the artisan ones. The artisan ones are a little bit better. Maybe, you're right, maybe. Yeah, from a Derby fan. You're a lucky matey. You're a Derby fan, aren't you? Just like I can clarify. And if they're not sacked Rooney yet, surely he's got to be sacked. You're too loud on a live. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's Leicester that pee me off. How are they still in that first division? And doing so well as well? But yeah, you need to get rid of Rooney. Rooney's not helping anyone. Good evening. Nettle Ale underway. I'm not keen on nettles. They're a pain in the arse at work. I'm going to get some weed killer and kill the bleeders. But that's just me. So, all the best, mate, and have a good one. Good for kidneys. Fair play. So, yeah, I don't know, gotta be honest, don't know what lychee. There was a chocolate lager. Yeah, it was different. It was different. I remember that. It was in Morrison's as well. It was, gotta be honest, second magic rock of the night, and hairy lychee, yeah. Oh, you're making me itch saying that. I wasn't impressed by this again. It was bland. It wasn't overly impressive. 4.5%, bit low on the ABV. Out of 5 for me. Again, it didn't float the boat. I'd give it about 3.7 out of 5. Sadly, you know, don't like being horrible, but you know, I can only see it as I say it, or say it as I see it even. So yeah, slightly disappointing. Right, back in 2 minutes with yeah. I'm hoping the next one's a better one. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pick something decent off the shelf and drink it. Right, back in 2 minutes with another review. Yeah, I do hope so as well. Magic Rock, failing me tonight. Oh, God, I hope the last one's okay. Cheers. See you in 2 minutes. And thank you everyone for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Said that nice and fast. Cheers. Bloody hell, I might have to go for a 4th review. Something